everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you so much for joining us today on another crazy episode of Crime and Sports. They've been wild lately. We've had murder, we've had mayhem, and we're going to have more craziness and mayhem from a sport that we don't expect it from very much this week as well. A sport that I'm trying to think back. I think we've only covered once.
Yeah.
I think we've only done one episode on this sport.
Horse racing.
That'll be it is golf.
Golf, huh?
Golf.
Oh yeah. Is it just John Daly?
I think it's just John Daly, and we did a bonus about Tiger Woods,
Yeah.
but I think this is our second golfer in 504 episodes.
And big shouts to Donnie Munsell, who brought us some John Daly lemonade.
That was very cool. Brought us that. Also brought us a Kirby Puckett, which was very cool.
Yeah.
Kirby Puckett starting lineup.
Autographed John Daly's.
That was pretty
booze.
badass. Good stuff.
Do you call that booze? That's booze, right?
It's got booze in it, yeah. Yeah, it's boozy.
It's an Arnold Palmer with more vodka than Arnold Palmer, right?
Yeah. That's what I think it says right on the box. So it's got to be boozy. So head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for Small Town Murder live shows. Our next live show with tickets available is going to be May 2nd in Denver. Then we have May 30th in Royal Oak, Michigan. Buffalo and Salt Lake City are sold out. So thank you for doing that. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Check out all of the merchandise and everything on there. There's tons of new stuff on there all the time. So do that. Also, get yourself Patreon. That's the big deal here.
Do it.
Telling you, patreon.com/crimeinsports. Just like the name of this show, that is where you get all the bonus material. It's very easy to do. Anybody $5 a month or above, same price it's been for 10 years, literally. You will get everything we put out, put it that way. You'll get immediately upon subscription hundreds of bonus episodes.
10 years worth.
10 years. Well, we didn't do it for a few years.
No.
So about
you know what I mean.
6-7 years worth. A good amount.
10 years. Yeah.
It's a whole other show's worth of feed.
Yeah.
It's awesome stuff. So you're going to get all that immediately upon subscription. Then you get new ones every other week, one Crime and Sports and one Small Town Murder. And you get all of it because that's how we do things here. First of all, this week for Crime and Sports, we're going to do part 2 of old-timey articles and ads and stuff. And everybody that listened to part 1, you know why we're doing part 2 because it was goddamn hilarious and everybody loved it. So we got to get back into that. It was so much fun. And then for Small Town Murder, we're going to do a wild murder case. We're going to talk about Corey Richins, who just got convicted of poisoning her husband. She also wrote a children's book for her children to help manage their grief.
To deal with the murder of her father.
Where her husband's like an angel with wings and all this shit. She killed the guy. It's crazy. We'll get into all this. And
she made him an angel.
It's so much more than that. There's like a house flipping aspect to it. It's crazy stuff. So we'll get into that and everything else. Patreon.com/crimeinsports. And then if you say, well, that's a good deal for $5. Well, it gets better. You not only get you get every show we put out, Crime and Sports, Your Stupid Opinions, and Small Town Murder, all ad-free with that Patreon subscription.
Free.
And you get a shout-out at the end of the regular show here where Jimmy will butcher your name while trying his best to get it right. So that's a pretty good deal. You should do that. Patreon.com/crimeinsports. We advise you as your friends and as your comedic... what do you want to call us here? Your comedic Sherpas. We advise you.
Your comedic financial advisors.
We'll take you up the mountain to get Patreon. That said, let's get into this.
Here we go.
With, everything. This whole episode's a Mad Lib. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's a golfer who is, where he's from. He's from Australia.
What?
We talk about Australian golfers. I never heard of an Australian golfer. And then what he did,
I guess they have them.
If I told you there's an Australian golfer and we're going to do him for an episode, you'd go, what do you do, like financial crimes? Did he diddle a kid? You'll have no fucking idea what this guy was involved in. It makes no sense.
Crimes?
So this is Ryan Peake, and this is Peake with an E at the end of it.
Peak like peekaboo or top of a mountain?
Peak. Peak.
Top of a mountain.
Top of a mountain. He's at the peak. Yeah, there is multiple peaks. That's right. With the E on the end of it. And his nickname is Peaky. Very creative.
Right, like the Blinders,
Old Peaky there. Now,
that's
Peaky,
what Australians love to do. They just put a Y on the end of everything.
Yeah, they're they're the opposite of Italians when it comes to nicknames.
Really?
We give nicknames that have nothing to do with your regular name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is Vincent, whatever the fuck. We call him.
Well, it's Vinny.
We call him. No. We call him Fat Jimmie. It's like, oh, okay. And he's a skinny guy named Vince. Like, it makes no sense. You're like, why are you Fat Jimmie?
I don't You're going to go, this is Vinny the Pipe or some shit like that.
Yeah, there's the names are usually a little more creative than Peaky.
Yeah.
He's born March 8th, 1993. Which sounds like
young man
shouldn't even be old enough to be on this show. Young man, why are you on this show? You're too young to be on this show.
You can, it's
the same thing last week.
Focused, laser focused on a career right now.
We had a young guy last week too, didn't we? That was a very young man too.
He was born in 90.
I think
91.
Very similar age here. Like we said, he's from Perth, Australia. That's where he's born. He's on the PGA Tour of Australia and all that kind of shit. So he's a golfer. His parents are Mel and Michelle Peake.
Mel and Michelle.
Mel and Michelle. So he's born in Perth. His father was originally from England, which also gives Ryan British citizenship as well.
He's got dual because each parent. Wow.
I guess that's how it worked. His dad worked as a bricklayer before switching because bricklaying is hard work.
Yeah.
That's a young man's game. And by young, I mean under 27. After that, you're in pain. So
starts breaking down. Yeah.
Yeah. His dad switched to greenskeeping on golf courses as a profession, which
smart.
My ex-wife's father used to do that. So that's not quite as much of a wear and tear on you. You drive around in a cart and do shit. It's a lot easier.
Laying down and making sure the blades.
Is everything even? Perfect. There, it's all mowed up. They lived in the northern suburbs of Perth, and Ryan attended a hilariously named school, East Wanneroo Primary School. Wanneroo. You wonder why we make funny over there. This is why. Because everything sounds
in the
fun.
name of your school, for Christ's sake.
Everything sounds hilarious that you have over there. He played Australian rules football and cricket as well as golf. Now, he started picking up golf when he was a child. He asked to tag along with his father and grandfather at Lakelands Country Club, which in this place north of Perth. And I guess he was kind of a natural for it.
Really?
Had a natural swing for it. And I mean, if you're little and you watch people around a golf course, and you could probably pick it up a lot easier than if you're, 30 and you're trying to do it. So
Dad had no qualms about bringing a child around where everybody tries to get away from fucking children now.
Yeah, trying to get away from their family. Like, doesn't this guy get it? This is get away from
this dipshit doesn't get it.
So he's a lefty, got a left-handed swing, Ryan.
Okay.
So
now you got to buy the fucker a whole new set of clubs.
Can't even use your clubs. That's tough. He said it was easy, Ryan says. Felt like a natural talent. Everyone was looking at each other going, oh, he's pretty good, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, when you're good at something.
You're golfing with me as a child and doing it very easily. I'm going, oh, look at this fucking asshole.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things to do.
Look at this little shithead.
Fuck you, kid.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be that hard, by the way, because the ball is still.
You're not wrong.
Hitting a baseball is 1,000 times harder than that.
Yeah.
So it's hard to. The fine points of if you had to hit a baseball to a certain seat for it to be a home run.
That's ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous. That's why golf is hard with that. But also they're not moving and they tell everyone to shut the fuck up while you're doing it.
Yeah, and everybody, you're out of here if you talk.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's why 60-year-old men can still do it at a pretty high level. And baseball, when you're 35, you're getting put out to pasture.
It's mind-blowing when you golf with somebody that's good at it and they can put the ball where they meant to. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm going to run out the batteries in my golf cart chasing these things all day.
Golf is hard, like putting puzzles together is hard.
People that can do that really well, fuck that guy too.
And it can be an 80-year-old lady. It has nothing to do with...
No.
So, you know what I mean?
It's not athleticism.
That's
it's just,
what I'm talking
I don't know
about.
what that is.
Yeah.
Is it control of the muscles? Or what is that?
It's a skill more than anything.
Certainly a skill.
It's a very refined, very niche. Mm-hmm. Really, I mean, you're really like between the chiclets and this ashtray here. I mean, it's it's really a weird talent.
Very specific,
very specific.
But it's people that can do it. I'm fucking mind blown.
It's kind of like bowling, where you can
or
be
ping pong or darts.
Ping pong is different. Ping pong's fucking hard. Ping pong, you need
hard.
You need a lot of. You can blow an ACL out doing ping pong. Like you got to cut back and forth a lot. Ping pong is not easy. That's way more athletic than golfing. I think you have to be a way better athlete.
at a high level, Olympic style of it, but
to even
be
dicking around.
Even dicking around is hard.
It is. It's hard, but
so hard.
Yeah, to me, it's like bowling kind of. It's a skill that you can develop, and you can either kind of do it or you can't. And
a muscle memory.
Your prowess really doesn't matter. You can be
not at all. I've seen the fattest fucks on the planet being amazing.
Short, skinny, fat, old, young. It really doesn't matter if you have the right. If you can spin that shit the right way. So
I've seen a 14-year-old be as good as a fat 70-year-old. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean?
Yeah. It's a weird
and
sport.
they're both incredibly impressive.
Yeah, that's why I think hitting a baseball is the standard for hardness.
Yeah.
Because you'll never see a 10-year-old hit a baseball as well as an adult, or it's just different. So. Anyway, for Ryan, his 10th birthday, he had his own clubs and began formal lessons.
Attaboy.
Before that, he was just renting clubs and fucking around. Yeah. At 12, he filled in for a seniors match and won 8-7. So, against the old people. Won the match.
Was victorious 8-7.
Yes, over an 87-year-old man, possibly. We don't know. A senior of some kind, but...
Or he just 187 murked everybody.
That's it. All we do know is that if you have a sport where a 12-year-old can beat
everybody,
that's a.
It's not a sport.
It's a skill more than a sport at that point. I think. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, because there's no 12-year-old is stepping on an NFL field. Nobody's doing it.
No 12-year-old's beating me in a game of one-on-one basketball because I'm going to fucking throw that shit to the ground. It's not happening. Unless I'm some 7-foot freak or some shit. I'm going to fuck you up.
I'm going to swat that ball into the neighbor's yard.
Absolutely. That's what I mean. Or
every time.
No, 12-year-old's probably going to throw many baseballs by you. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. If he wants to run with a football, I'll tackle the fuck out of a 12-year-old. Let's get it on. You prepubescent little asshole. Let's do it. I don't care.
If all things are equal and we both get pads, I will blast a 12-year-old.
I will fuck a 12-year-old up. Yeah, we will. Whereas in golf, though, a 12-year-old could kick my ass all day long.
It'd be crazy.
I would have no recourse.
I'll just cry for 18 holes. I'm quitting after 9, I promise.
I think another reason, I'll get off of this, but I think why I keep comparing it to bowling, too, is you're not actually playing against anybody.
Right.
Like you technically have an opponent that you compare scores at the end, but they don't stop you from playing well, and you don't stop them from. You can't affect their game, and they can't affect yours. So how is that?
Unless you have a pocket full of balls and pick up their ball and drop it into a harder lie.
That's why, That's why it's more of a game than a sport. To me, a sport,
it's a game.
The other person or team can stop you from doing what you are trying to accomplish. That's a sport. Yeah. You're trying to stop them. They're trying to stop you. There's an offense. There's a defense.
Right.
This is just you playing a game, and then at the end of the game, you go, "What'd you get?" And then they tell you their score. Well, I got this. Oh, I guess I won. Okay. There's really no other effect otherwise.
You lose.
If you were bowling and you went and took a piss every time the other guy went up to the frame and didn't look at his score,
wouldn't affect anything.
Wouldn't affect anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, he started being really well. He won his first club championship at age 13.
Nice.
So he's getting all these trophies and he's starting to starting to like it.
Jackets.
Yeah, all that. I don't know if they give kids jackets. It's a big oversized jacket meant for a 45-year-old.
That's the other part that makes it not a sport.
6 inches dangling down. Well, the NFL Hall of Fame gives you a jacket.
38 long? Here you go, kid.
Yeah. And if you beat the shit out of somebody, they give you a belt. So, I mean, I guess it's the same thing. If you could get a belt and wear it with that jacket, you could really have something there. Now you're coordinating.
All you gotta do is get a pair of pants.
Yeah, now you're what sport gives away pants if you do well? Anybody? So they said he lacked discipline during practice. And he'll lack discipline in a lot of things as he gets older.
I assume so, yeah.
But he's one of those kids he has so much talent, it doesn't really matter in junior golf. Yeah. He's just better than the other kids, so he doesn't really have to practice that much, which is dangerous for later.
Right.
That's when you get like Jamarcus Russells walking around. Right. They're just so talented.
Woods.
Yeah, well, Tiger practiced a lot now, but I mean, yeah, he was a robot.
I mean, I watched him. I've seen him do like trick stuff and shit like that. I assume you don't just do that out of the gate. So yeah,
all he did was his father. He was
on the fucking Tonight Show as a 4-year-old or some shit.
That's all he did. That's why when he was 18 and everybody else was 40, he was kicking the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But this kid, he's just beating other kids. So
yeah. Do you think Tiger did steroids?
Yeah, Probably.
He had to, right?
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I think.
I assume so too.
I think
'cause I've never seen a golfer that looked like him ever.
You don't have time to work out the amount it would take to look like that if you played that much golf.
Golfing. Yeah.
And traveling and all and fucking Swedish models and
And
crashing your car every 15 fucking minutes and Hooters waitresses and everything else. It's anybody,
his was porn stars. He didn't even bother with the waitresses. He'd go straight to the agent and get the porn stars.
We did it on the bonus episode. He was fucking
was he getting Hooters waitresses too?
Remember? He was fucking a bunch of different like Orlando lower end sit down dining waitresses.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. He was asking, is there an Olive Garden around here? I'm burning through the stock at Red Lobster. I really need to.
The Texas Roadhouse.
Anything like that around this area? Any casual family dining restaurants?
Casual family for middle class.
Something you take the kids to, maybe grandma out on a Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? Anything like that.
Shit that I could easily make at home, but I'm going to have somebody serve it to me.
Just don't feel like it tonight. You know what I'm saying? One of those.
Something microwavable, air fryer-ish, that kind of thing. That's what I want.
Just table service. Definitely has to have table service, though. I need someone taking my order.
And I'm going to try to fuck her.
And I will try to fuck. I don't really care who she is. I'm going to try to fuck her. That's hilarious. So Ryan's got a lot of power, much like a Tiger Woods. He's a long driver and things like that. He's lefty, long driver. So, and apparently people liked him because he was fun to watch because he takes chances.
Oh.
A lot of times golfers are very it's all math.
Regimented, lay up here.
I'm going to two-shot this because that's the math. You know what I mean? That's I'm going to end up with less strokes. And that's how you win over the course of 18 holes.
Right.
A stroke
but if
here
you want
and
to
there
put three strokes between you and the next guy, you got to take some chances.
Yeah, but one day that's going to work, and then the next week you're going to be in 42nd place, and then the next week you might win
11 strokes behind because you keep taking the same fucking chance, Tin Cup.
And that's what they did. They said he prioritized kind of more improbable, spectacular shots over stroke savings and things like that. It's almost like it was fun. You know what I mean? Like he's doing almost it for the fun of it.
Yeah, almost like he's got enough money and he doesn't care.
Like he's got fuck you money, but he doesn't at all. He's just trying to make it. But that's his style. You know what I mean?
I like it.
That's fun. That's fun. That's why people like John Daly and shit like that.
Yeah.
He might end up not qualifying, but he also might hit crazy shots you've never seen before.
You might need enough money to where he has to get cameos in Adam Sandler movies. Or he wins and doesn't care.
And sell Donnie Munsell lemonade with vodka in it that he gives to us at a comedy club.
Has to sit at a table while Donnie Munsell tells him about this shit.
Yeah, tells him
he's
about,
like, what podcast?
There's these guys that make fun of you, and it's really funny. Anyway, thank you for doing that, Donnie. That was cool.
You're the best.
So he apparently, too, he's of the younger generation of, I've seen Happy Gilmore and I'm not gonna be stuffy. I'm not an old man golfer. I'm a young golfer.
The beer helmet guy's on my green.
Yeah. Somebody that knew him said, as a teacher, this is his golf teacher, you care for all your students. But boy, I loved Peake because so many golfers, they're all sort of the same. Peake, he was in his own self, treated everyone great, the most lovable guy. Some of the kids coming up act like golf is a job and shut people out. Peake never let golf get in the way of humanity.
Okay.
So for him, it was fun. He was having a good time with it.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, he was dominating tournaments as a teenager, 14-year-old, and things like that. He's representing Australia in junior team competitions.
Wow.
At 17, he competed as an amateur in the Australian Open. And a year later, he finished 10th at the PGA Tour Australia's WA Open. What's that? Western some shit. I don't know.
Western Australia?
Something, yeah. Despite these triumphs, though, he struggled with golf. He seems like he would have had more fun being on a football team.
Yeah?
So, yeah, because this guy doesn't have, the solitude of it is tough for him. He doesn't like just walking around with his club and being stoic and all that kind of shit.
That's why he plays crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy shots because he's looking for people around.
Feels like he wants to go over and headbutt a teammate, though, when something good happens. You know what I'm saying? seems like he hits a good shot. He wants to go over and go, yeah, fuck yeah.
Wants to spike it, yeah.
Yeah, slam helmets together and fucking talk shit and all that kind of thing. Yeah. But it's not really like that. Now, the other problem is he, at this country club, Lakelands, where he belongs, and he's a golfer here, there aren't a ton of really good kid golfers. So
I can't imagine there are.
So you're kind of alone when you're always hanging out with old men playing golf. And by old men, when you're a teenager, anyone over 32 is old. So, some 36-year-old accountant, that's an old man.
It's an old man. Yeah.
It's an old man
to be around.
No fun. So he had some depression as well during all this time. But he didn't have a lot of socializing with his peers either. That's not going to help.
On the drink?
Well, we'll get to it here.
All right.
And he says also that his demeanor was very much more adult-like at a younger age because he was with adults all the time. Yeah. And on the golf course, you can't act like a kid.
No, they want you to leave.
You have to act like an adult if you're going to play on the course. So
tuck your shirt in.
He's got a different demeanor than a lot of the other kids, and he said that made him a target for bullies at school.
Oh.
It made him, people would pick on him. It got so bad that his father had to walk him home from school because people would beat the shit out of him otherwise and pick on him and, take things from him, whatever.
Is he a little guy?
Not really. No. Not a tiny guy or anything, but I guess it just doesn't matter. I guess if there's enough guys picking on you, your size doesn't matter at that point. Right. He said, though, eventually he retaliated against the main person who was fucking with him, and then people stopped teasing him. But he still stayed depressed, though. So he's into golf, which is a solitary thing, which is kind of bad for depressive people.
Yeah.
Not the best for depressive people. That kind of shit here. His coach is Richie Smith. That's the quote that we got earlier that said he was fun and all that kind of shit. He, just said he was a lovable guy. So during his teenage years here, he started also, he wanted to hang out with kids his own age.
Yeah.
But he couldn't find golf kids to hang out with, so he started hanging out with kids around the neighborhood and stuff like that. And he liked seeing, roving gangs of teenagers that hung out together. Not organized gangs, but
sure,
just he liked group. He liked that they were they had a crew and they would plan
showed a young brother love, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. So he said this is way different than golf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way different than golf. And so he would hang out with, people and hang out with these kids and hang out in a basement or a garage. I don't know if they have basements in Australia, but garages they talk about over here. And he said that he wanted to be involved with these kids in their little kind of neighborhood gangs.
Yeah.
And they told him, quote, just enjoy being part of the clubhouse furniture. You're not going to be a part of this. You do golf and shit. Enjoy that we're letting you hang out with us, basically.
Right.
And the group that he finds is a motorcycle gang.
What?
Yes, that's what I mean. When I said Australian golfer, would you think, well, obviously he's probably a motorcycle gang member, obviously.
Right.
That's what most golfers are.
Is it a world famous one?
I've never heard of them. But how many Australian gangs have you heard of? We're in America. This is where the gangs are. If you know what I'm saying? This is like saying I'm in the NBA. Did you hear about that one kid who plays on the playground over there? No, I haven't because I'm in the NBA. I haven't heard about that. We're the NBA of gangs. There's a bunch of people playing in schoolyards and shit all over the world, but let's be realistic.
Well, when I say world famous, I mean is it a chapter of a world famous Mongols?
They're called the Rebels.
Disciples, the Rebels. All right. Well,
that seems rather generic.
Yeah, I think that's a very Australian-centric one.
Yeah. Well, the Rebels, mate. That sounds real generic.
Oh, rebels.
Yep. So
we don't do what they do, eh? We're rebels,
They ride cars, we ride motorcycles. Look at us.
We ride the motor.
We ride the motor, cunt. So it's the Rebels' Constitution. I like that they have paperwork and everything.
What?
Too. American gangs tend to eschew paperwork. They don't really. They tend to not file anything.
Yeah.
But they describe themselves as a non-profit organization devoted to Harley-Davidson enthusiasts who embrace freedom, counterculture values, and brotherhood. A motorcycle gang. That's a motorcycle gang, what you just described.
So what you're saying is you guys are motorcycle gangs?
I think that's what they're saying. I think it's possibly a motorcycle gang.
You guys are a bunch of guys that ride Harleys together. Is that what you say?
And you all wear like the same jacket with the name on it. That's a motorcycle gang. Or as they call it in Australia, a non-profit. We're going to start calling all of the gangs, and that's what the Bloods and the Crips are, just non-profit organizations.
I think they're
of varying color schemes that, tend to have disagreements from time to time over corporate
matters. A non-profit,
matters.
by definition, in America is an organization that invests all profits back into the organization. Therefore, every fucking gang is a nonprofit, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it seems like it.
Yeah.
But the Australian authorities implicated several of its members in a lot of criminal activity, including drug trafficking and weapons distribution and assaults, because they're a biker gang.
Right. But the nonprofit one.
Yeah. It's saying, listen, guys, this is for charity. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's not a profit deal.
No, not a profit deal. 2 jerk references so far. Not bad. Look at us. Let's see if we can get 3.
We're a non-profit deal, you see? We make no profit.
I get it. It's a non-profit deal. Oh, I see. Spend $1 and win some crap. Let's go. So the Rebels Motorcycle Club at its peak in Australia had around 70 chapters and over 1,000 members.
Is it just Australian?
I think it's just Australian.
Right?
Yeah, I think it's just Australian. It was the largest club in the country at the time. Yeah, it was founded by Clint Jacks in Brisbane, Queensland. So yeah, some guy named Clint founded it. It's definitely just
Jack?
Jacks.
Oh boy, like
Jacks. Jacks.
Good Lord.
It was originally called the Confederates. And they changed to the Rebels. Get it? Rebels, Confederates.
Well, both suck. Yeah.
Yes, they're the same thing. The insignia was, guess what it was, Jimmy?
Is it stars and bars, James?
It's a Confederate flag. It's good to see you have morons over there, too. That's pretty good.
You guys got dipshits celebrating that, huh? Is that right?
That's pretty funny. Yeah, it's not just like North Carolina flea markets that are covered in that shit. It's Australia,
not
too.
Some backwoods 72 Chevy with that bullshit flying out of the bed of it.
God, it just drives me nuts when I see that. It drives me nuts when I see it in New York. I'm like, what are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
Hey, stupid. Guess what? You fucking idiot.
You are far too north for that.
Yeah, they don't like you, and you're flying their flag. Who's the moron, you fucking dummy? That was with a cap wearing a skull wearing a hat on it and a 1% patch in the center.
Okay, so it's a racist thing.
They're just taking this. Well, the 1%ers, that's all those motorcycle gangs or all that.
But they're running it as like a racist thing. Is that what their feet?
Aren't all motorcycle gangs inherently kind of that way?
There's certainly a tinge of it.
They don't seem like bastions of tolerance.
Not necessarily. No, I've never seen a group of them at the Grand Marshal of a Pride March.
That's what I mean, and I'm not speaking out of fucking turn here. We both lived in Arizona. We've seen in northern Phoenix, for Christ's sake, which was the Hell's Angels epicenter.
It's where Sonny died.
Time.
I mean, I've ridden with a whole bunch of them.
My dad's a biker. Brother's a biker. All their friends. I mean, I understand this stuff, and they're not
get
like
it,
that. But they're not in gangs. People in gangs tend to be a little more.
I've met a lot of African American fellas that rode with them.
Yes,
and I met a lot of Mexican guys that rode with them. But
that's called self-loathing.
It was a lot of confusion anytime I rode with them where I was like, I don't get it, but they're with me. I don't know.
It's so strange. Yeah, it's a strange thing. And
I'm with them, I guess is what it is. I don't know. But I just didn't understand. I was like, this seems kind of weird, doesn't it?
I know there's mixed gangs too, like that, but not a lot. I mean, there's definitely a quota, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it feels like there's kind of a reason that they organize.
Yeah, that's part of it. So the Australian government and law enforcement consider the Rebels to be a criminal organization, but the club claims to just be a group of motorcycle enthusiasts with no criminal activity.
Exactly the same thing that Sonny and his boys would say.
Absolutely. That's exactly.
We just like riding bikes,
guys.
We
just ride bikes to get what the guys do on their own time. I can't. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? That's up to them. But, after the former national president, who was a Maltese boxer, was stranded in Malta after a visit in 2014. It was presumed that Damien Vella, who was permitted to return to the country, took the role of national president, and then his visa was canceled, and he was sent back to Malta also.
Okay.
So
it's weird to say Maltese. I get that that's a country, and I get that those people are called that, but
it's also
you've never heard it in reference to a person, is my point.
Well, we just did, but outside of that,
I know,
it's usually
that was the first time in my life.
some sort of dog or something.
It's always a dog.
It's always a dog.
Every time.
I just pictured these people as dogs, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, just adorable dogs.
Adorable dogs with Confederate flag fucking jackets and riding a motorcycle. Go, hey, that's less
Lots
adorable.
of long hair. The same thing.
That's adorable. Its constitution states that it's a nonprofit organization which promotes the riding of Harley Davidsons. Members are only permitted to join the club once and never to join another motorcycle club. Also, that's part of their rules.
That sounds like a gang.
That's what a gang is.
There's no club that says now that you're James, you're a frequent flyer with Delta, you can't be a frequent flyer with American.
Well, you have to cancel it, or else
American.
Or else we're going to rumble with United and their aged flight crew.
We're going to pull blades.
Their 65-year-old flight attendants and us are all going to fucking throw down. United
in the lobby
is full of those.
An extended stay that we all get a discount in.
Yeah, we showed up in a shuttle from the airport too. Yeah, that sounds like a religion. You know what I mean?
A religion or
forsaking all other shit. It's the same thing, which are all the same to me. So in November of 2000, police raided the Rebels clubhouse in New South Wales, Queensland, and Western Australia and seized drugs, firearms, and even a crocodile. Which
what?
You can't ask us not to make fun of you over there. Your gangs just have crocodiles hanging around.
A weapon.
That's crazy. You guys are...
They were feeding people to that, right?
They were betting on a kangaroo boxing match at the time as well. That was what they found. That's what they busted.
How much eucalyptus is koala will eat?
Yeah, exactly how much. So, a number of people related to the gang were arrested on charges relating to items seized. 2 rebel associates were arrested for the murder of a Bandidos member, which that's an American gang.
That's a world gang, yeah.
Ross Brand, after their clubhouse was raided on November 16th, 2008. Brand was shot dead outside the Bandidos clubhouse in Breakwater, Victoria in October of 2008. In April of 2009, there was a series of raids across Australia that ended in 27 members of the rebels being arrested on a number of charges, a number of drug charges.
Sure.
Yeah, this is including meth, heroin, cocaine. They were all seized, and firearms and cash and stolen goods and stolen vehicles. Like an organized gang.
Yeah.
Like organized
Well, we
crime.
sold them all at a loss, wholesale.
We were doing it for the kids.
Non-profit.
We're selling them off to families in needs at a loss, guys. This is what we're doing. I don't know what you're talking about here. This is
What's the problem?
I don't understand this. This is crazy. A Rebels member named Eden Smajovic. He's a Bosnian refugee and a Rebels member. He was shot dead at the MacArthur Auto Center in Campbelltown, New South Wales. His funeral was attended by over 300 rebels as well at that time. In 2009, in May, Michael Paul Felzon was sentenced to 10 years in prison for trafficking of methamphetamine, which he had been producing in Mackay and Rockhampton, and used the rebels to transport and sell it throughout Queensland and South Australia. So, it's a gang.
They're really doing everything.
Yeah. The rebels started getting into a conflict when a Rock Machine, that's another motorcycle gang, Rock Machine.
What?
That's a terrible name.
I don't know. I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. Rock Machine chapter was established in the Perth suburb of Myrie in 2009. And then Rock Machine Motorcycle Club Canadian leader, his name is Critical J. He's the guy they kicked out of the Insane Clown Posse in the beginning. He was tossed.
We like
violent better than critical. I'm sorry.
Rock Machine is the name of the leader's failed garage band, and he just repurposed the name.
He's like, it's Rock Machine, guys.
I swear it's cool.
We'll work on the name, but I'll join your gang. Maybe we can talk about that during one of our
We'll work
meetings.
on the name. Let's head to the bar.
Yeah, let's do that. He's like, it's Rock Machine, guys, and it's staying Rock Machine. Rock Machine had arrived in Australia during 2008. At the time, I guess they had been given permission for a Nomads chapter to be formed at that point. And there was a defection of Rebels members to the Rock Machine Motorcycle Club, and that sparked a little war here. I guess when the Rock Machine settled in Perth in 2009, the media was saying there was a turf war breaking out, and there was fire bombings, assaults, and assassination attempts, and all sorts of shit.
Lord.
The Rebels president, Nick Martin, survived being shot. He was later shot dead in 2020, don't get me wrong.
Don't worry.
But at the time, in 2011, he survived it. So, wow.
Oh, boy.
April of 2012, Anthony Parrish, who is a Gypsy Joker motorcycle club member, that's an American club.
That's not
Absolutely, yeah. They've been around forever, the Gypsy Jokers.
Gypsy Jokers?
Fuck yeah. If you read Hell's Angels, the Hunter Thompson book, the Gypsy Jokers were one of the big...
Where were they at?
California.
Northern California?
California. I mean, I don't know if they were other places, but they were, it was, that was one of the main California clubs. Hell's Angels, Gypsy Jokers, Satan Slaves, there was a bunch of different ones.
Gypsy Jokers sounds fucking dope. I like that one.
Most of them kind of ended up being folded into the Hell's Angels. They took over everything in California. But the Gypsy Jokers, they've been out and around forever, since the 60s. So anyway, this Anthony Parrish, his brother Andrew, who was a Rebels motorcycle club member, and this guy named Matthew Lawton were sentenced to 18, 9, and 15 years imprisonment for the homicide of convicted Sydney drug trafficker Terry Falconer, as well as firearms and drug dealing offenses. So they're shooting rivals who are in the way of their business. That's two brothers from separate motorcycle clubs. So it's like, you could almost call that like they need a RICO act over here, because they could have gotten everybody and everything all in jail at the same time if they had RICO acts over there.
This is where a teenage golfer chooses to spend his time.
This is where you'd think a teenage country club guy. He's been hanging around the country club since he was 8.
Pops in his striped pink eyes on.
Yeah. In his nice Lacoste shirt.
Yeah.
That's why you don't hear about a lot of golfers in gangs, really, because they're in a separate
white
place
Puma
from where
shorts don't fit in.
No, and they're never like, hey, be careful. The sand trap in the 10th hole, there's gangs that hang out by the trees there, so be careful. That never happens in a golf course.
Yeah.
You don't run into these people.
The 12th green is slanted to the right, and if you go all the way down there and the ball rolls, you'll roll right into the Rebels clubhouse.
Right into the Rebels clubhouse, and they will sell you meth. Be careful. There's a crocodile, by the way, so be careful about that.
You'll either become a member or fed to a crocodile.
One or the other. You pick. So in January 2011, the New Zealand police announced that the rebels were attempting to set up a New Zealand chapter, and the government said that this was not welcome. They did not want this.
Oh, no?
No. No, thank you.
Thank you for putting out that press release.
That's it. So they began deporting Australian Rebels members back to Australia.
Okay.
Despite that, they said many members wearing Rebels patches have been spotted throughout the North Island of New Zealand, and it's believed that they now have a permanent presence in the county.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, or in the country, I should say. 2009, 2010, Ryan Peake. Okay, now we've talked about the world that he's kind of dipping a toe into here.
It's not good.
Seems crazy. He became one of the top junior golfers in Australia very quickly. In 2009, 2010, so he's 16, 17. Yeah. Holy shit. He won the West Australia Junior Championship, the Tasmanian Junior Open, and the Handa Junior Masters, and finished as a runner-up in events like the South Australian Junior Masters. Not bad. 2010 is when he represented Australia with the in the boys division of the Trans-Tasman Cup, and Australia won. And that same year is when he made the cut as an amateur at the Australian Open as well. Okay. 18 is when he tied for 10th at the PGA Tour of Australia's Western Australia Open, which was against all pros. This was the tour, and he's 10th. Yeah. He was named Junior Golfer of the Year in 2010 after winning the Junior National Championship.
Shit.
Not bad. 2010, he won the Honda Junior Masters and made the cut at the Australian Open and the PGA Tour of Australia. 2011, he tied for first at the Kurnia Sojana Amateur Championship in May 2011. That was then. And then he lost in a playoff to Gavin Green, and he finished tied 10th at the Western Australian Open. So he's doing really good here. He's doing
Very
really
good
well.
golfer.
But he's also living another life as well.
Sounds like it, yeah.
He is.
It gotta be.
Let's let him talk about it here. Let's let him tell us about his own circumstances. Because what do we know, goddammit? We're not an Australian teenage golfer dabbling in a motorcycle gang world. So
I've never even seen an illegal crocodile.
Never seen one once in my life. Never even heard of that. So let's see here. I've heard of Italians having lions and shit, but not that. Let's see. In their own words, quote, "I wasn't letting anyone in the golf scene understand what scene I was into on the outside. I wouldn't even go out with my parents because I didn't know who I was going to bump into. That's when it all became so tiring. I just lived two lives, you know?" He's got this country club life, and then outside of that, it's totally different. So
he's afraid to be out with his parents because there'd be if somebody sees him,
they're going to be like, "Hey, Peaky," and they're going to come up and some guy with a Confederate flag fucking motorcycle gang patch on, and his dad's going to go, "Who the fuck is this asshole you're hanging out with?
Fuck are you around him?"
Yep. So that's a lot. He turned pro at age 19, 2012.
Yeah.
And this was based on the fact that money. He just wanted to make money. And it's like, if I'm golfing every day anyway, might as well make some money. And it ended up basically ruining his love of the game, being on the pro tour. Once it's a job, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. It is.
Yeah.
That goes for anybody. Every fucking comedian who is on the road 40 weeks a year, and they're like, "It's not a job. This is," I'm like, "You're full of shit." If I pinned you down and put you on a fucking polygraph, you'd say you want to kill yourself 3 times a month at the very fucking minimum. Are you kidding me? You're fucking miserable and you know it.
If it's not 3 times a month, it's certainly 3 times in a weekend, at least once a month.
Yeah. Yeah. No one goes to live in Toledo for 4 days to do a bunch of shitty comedy club gigs, and they're like, no, I love it. No, you
this
don't.
This is why I did this.
Yeah, no. You hate it. You hate it, and you hate the travel, and you hate the shitty hotel or the comedy condo. You know the people in Toledo are fucking morons, and you have to dumb your shit down for not saying Toledo, but for any crowd. I hated those people. They're fucking idiots.
Well, and then every time you see the dollar figure that you could make for this weekend, even if you make that money, you got to start thinking about all the money that has to come out of it right out of the gate. You start deducting money, and your check fucking disappears so quick.
And that's that. So that's the same thing. I always hear that, and I'm like, get the fuck out. I just want to sit there like, dude, if it was 3 a.m. and you were shit-faced and we were having a real conversation, you would not tell me how much you love being on the road 40 weeks a year, because it sucks a dick. Unless you're like a sex addict, one of those guys. Or
there's that.
If you're an alcoholic or a sex addict, you'll love it because you can do whatever you want. There's no one to tell you not to.
On the road achieving higher than you believe you deserve, then you fucking love it because you're like, this is so great. I don't deserve any of this, but I'm not telling anybody.
And at the same time, you go back to your room and want to kill yourself with your imposter syndrome.
Because you're still in a shithole that you don't want to be.
Exactly. So it's fucking horrible. And I think that's the only comics that truly enjoy it is because they're addicts of some kind. And the road.
Drugs, booze, or women.
And people will facilitate you on the road. They won't they won't tell you, what are you doing, that you need to drive the kids to school. They'll say,
tell you how great you are.
Yeah, the bartender will get you some Coke and tell you how great you are instead. So it's different.
Or there's that too, whether you're addicted to something that it is the road, because the ego stroke is another thing that can.
That's another thing.
Because fuck man, how nice is it sometimes to go out to a room when we're on the road and It honestly resets everything when we see the crowd and they are so excited to see us. That makes the whole bullshit worth it.
It's true. But we're not on the road 40 weeks a year.
Right. And it's not necessarily the ego stroke of the crowd. It's the crowd being there and enjoying the show. That feels so good.
It's great. I don't think, though, most comics have the same road experience we have.
You're probably right.
Because the bulk of traveling comedians, you can think about the very famous ones, and they have
those
their
guys are having
crowd.
a great time.
The people are super. Yeah, they travel luxuriously. They stay in nice places. The people are there to see them, so they like
They're playing
them.
Huge arenas, so there's an enormous paycheck.
There's a big paycheck at the end of it, but and they're taking their friends with them to open. Most comics, the 97% of traveling comedians out there are going. No one knows who the fuck they are when they go on stage. Somebody got free tickets to the comedy club because they were paper in the room.
And the comedy club is a fucking pun on a joke or a fruit or it's something about laughing.
Some fucking bullshit, and it used to be something else. It used to be a Texas Roadhouse like we were talking about earlier, and they changed it into a comedy club, and it's weird.
Or it's actually a comedy club in the back of a Texas Roadhouse.
Okay, that's a possibility too, and you didn't know that when you signed up for the gig.
And they didn't know that when they bought the Groupon.
Exactly. And we go out. I mean, we have like 8 weekends a year, basically, that we go out. So it's for us, it's like, we go out to a nice dinner the night before and we have a good time.
Fun.
Then everyone that bought a ticket's there to see us, so they're excited when we're there. That's who can complain about that? That's fine. I mean, I can still complain about it. Don't get me wrong.
We have the best of everybody. Because even these guys that have these arena shows that are selling out and making tons and tons of money, there's so much support that they have to pay for that goes along with that. Their check dwindles down pretty fucking small.
And they're all flying private planes and everything else.
Right.
Too, so
all this fucking overhead for this bullshit that they're doing.
It's crazy. So anyway, Ryan, as we were saying, is back to that. Now that it's professional, it's not that fun anymore for him.
Yeah.
And he has shit practice habits still. And in the pros, these guys, these are serious people. They have families to support.
Yeah.
This is different. You know what I mean? This is why you don't put, 17-year-olds in the NFL, because they'll get murdered by guys who have 4 kids to support. And you're not taking my fucking job.
My mom's got a mortgage and I pay it.
And I pay. And that's what a lot of it is. I'm supporting 12 fucking people over here. I will kill you, teenager. And so these guys are fucking serious. This is their livelihood. This is how they pay their mortgages. This is how their kids go to private schools and shit. This is their everything. So, they want to be able to go from Hooters to Hooters and have fucking sex with any waitress they want here. So this guy's habits do not translate well in the professional ranks, put it that way. He survived the cut on mini tours of Australia, but he never really did well in tournaments or anything like that. He's doing badly. His depression gets worse.
Oh, boy.
And that gets worse as he starts not playing as well, too. That'll put you in a funk also. And, that's kind of what it is. He was at the Australia Tour Q School, and he called it an experience. He described it as the loneliest week of my existence because he failed to make the cut at the Victoria's Peninsula Golf Club. He came home to Western Australia and said that he drove to the practice facility and stayed in his vehicle for 30 minutes. He said he was psychologically incapable of stepping onto the grounds and golfing. What? He was just too depressed. He couldn't do it. Couldn't go out there and pick up a club and swing it. When he finally said he's finally got the strength together to pop the trunk, he said he realized that his clubs were missing. They weren't in the trunk, and in his haze of his depression, he couldn't remember even where he left them. So he didn't even have his clubs.
Doesn't even know where they are.
Doesn't even know. So now he said, that's when I knew it was over for me in golf, basically.
Over?
It's over. He said, that's when I knew I was fucked because I didn't even care where my clubs were. Like, what am I doing? You can't compete if that's what you're doing. Everyone else knows where their clubs are. I think everyone else on the tour is very aware where their clubs are.
I don't even play. I haven't played in 6 months. I know where both my sets of clubs are.
Yeah, exactly. So his failure on this, and his parents are very disappointed, all his coaches, everybody that he was like this, going to be great and had put all this time and effort into him, and now he's just doesn't want to golf.
Know where his clubs are.
Nope. Yeah. He started drinking a lot. He's once kind of thin and athletic, about 200 pounds, a good, strong guy. He ballooned closer to the 300-pound mark.
That's a lot of booze.
That is a lot. That is an Australian amount of booze right there.
You betcha.
But it's funny. They drink over there, but they're not fat. It's a weird thing.
Well, there's a group that is, but
but they're not known as fat like us.
No. Yeah, Australians are thought of as a svelte group. Yeah,
we have teetotalers here that are
giant,
huge, fat people.
Behemoths.
Go to church 6 times a week, never
they
touch a drop.
drive Suburbans, for Christ's sake.
Giant fat fucks. There, at least if you're that fat over there, they're like, man, you must be an alcoholic, pretty bad.
Yeah. Oi, mate.
Oi, mate. Jeez. Oi, cunt. So that's what he's doing, and he's doing manual labor jobs. He's working in mines.
What?
In the mines, Jimmy.
How old is he? 19?
Christ, yeah, early 20.
Wow.
Basically. He's doing all laying bricks, doing plastering on walls, mixing concrete, manual labor jobs.
He was the junior golfer of the year.
Yeah, he's a guy who should be at least making a half-decent living on the tour.
Wow.
And the only thing that became something that he could look forward to was the Rebels.
His motorcycle ride.
Yep. And at 21, finally they said, well, the people in the Rebels were actually trying to look out for him, it seems like. They told him, you're not being a member. You have a thing. Go do that thing.
You got a career. Yeah, you can make money.
Go do that thing. But once he's a fat piece of shit who's putting up drywall and not golfing, doesn't know what his clubs
you're
are.
You're right now, boy.
Now you're right in our wheelhouse at this point.
You're a right cunt now, Rebel.
That's right. So they let him in. He got patched in, full patch member.
Yeah.
And he said, where I was at that stage of my life, it was the only thing that brought me comfort. I felt like I belonged. That's it. He said there was a stigma around the gang. He doesn't defend every action in the club's history, but he says that it's the Hollywood portrayal of biker gangs and stuff is way blown out of proportion.
Is it?
They're just a cuddly bunch of guys. Every once in a while, someone might do something crazy, but generally, boy, they're just a bunch of teddy bears. No.
Blown out of proportion.
Absolutely not true, by the way. Absolutely. I know plenty about biker gangs. Not true.
Yeah.
If anything, it's glorified in a way different way.
Yeah,
it's way
I watched a man's head get
portrayed.
stomped in at the Steel Horse Saloon. I think they portray him pretty accurate. By 11 guys.
They portray them nicer. They portray to me, biker gangs in movies are portrayed like cowboys are portrayed in movies.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, they're outlaws, but they have this nobility to them and all. Bullshit. We did bonus episodes on that too.
Yeah,
the
cowboys are pieces
were
of shit.
Terrible criminal scumbags.
Yeah,
they were the biker gangs of their time.
Cowboy is a denigrate. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a bad name.
It's disparaging.
It's derogatory. Yeah, disparaging. It's a bad name. It's not meant to be.
No,
this guy's cool. No, it's bad. A cowboy's a piece of shit.
That's from the movies. In reality, if you said someone's a cowboy, they were like, "Where's that piece of shit at?" Right. That meant he's a thief and a scumbag and a rapist and all that kind of thing. And that's kind of what they do. Yeah, and that's kind of what they do in to me with biker gangs and movies is they glorify them in terms of, there's some bad stuff, but
but they stick together.
They stick together. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Whereas I don't think they do the same with when you got like Bloods and Crips and shit. They make it look way more violent.
I assure you that if there is some sort of heat on you, they will rat on you before they let that heat get to your group.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you don't think they're very violent, look up the footage of Vegas and Laughlin of literally hundreds of guys fighting and shooting and stabbing each other at the same time. It's insanity.
Crazy, it's like the scene from.
it's like fucking 300 is what it is. It's insanity.
It's like the scene from Anchorman in the parking lot where everybody's got a guy's just running around with a grenade for no reason.
Yeah, like don't be a menace. Somebody opened up the back of the truck and pointed a tactical nuke in there. It was ridiculous.
So dumb.
That's what's going on here. But he says that he will not criticize those who sheltered him during his darkest hours. Mm-hmm. But he also says, my life had fallen into depression. I lost all self-esteem. I didn't know who I was. Lost all direction in my life. What happened? I can't say it was just one night, one mistake. It was years of buildup.
That's what it is.
Okay. And 2 years into his Rebel membership, this is November 2014, he alleges that a person in his neighborhood made a threat to the Rebels.
Oh.
That seems reasonable. Some guy out his garage was like, "Fuck, I'll fuck up your whole gang." I don't see that happening. But Peake and his friends
sleep in here.
Yeah, well, cut it out there. Peake and his friends were at a barbecue when they heard the man was home. And Peake said, "I will be honest with you, mate. We went over to have a conversation to let him know if he didn't knock it off, he was going to get punches to the head." That sounds harsh, but this person lived the same lifestyle as us. Okay, it wasn't some fucking fourth grade teacher up the street, just mad. And the only way—
It's not the guy that Henry Hill beat up.
No, it's not that guy. Hey, what do you want, fucko? It's not that guy. No. He said, and the only way you can get through this is to speak that language. So he said he and his associates approached the man's house when suddenly the garage door opened, and according to Peake, the man reached for a, quote, brown object tucked into his waistband. Uh-oh. So he said he delivered a preemptive kick, and after which his companions joined in the assault, one wielding a baseball bat. And here we go.
Jesus.
And the confrontation resulted in multiple severe injuries to the man, including fractures to both arms and skull. Mm-hmm. The victim did not respond to interview attempts made by Golf Digest. Okay. Imagine you're an Australian man.
Why are they
You're an Australian biker.
Yeah.
And you've been stomped out by another motorcycle gang, and someone calls and says, "I'd like to talk about your stomping. I'm from Golf Digest." You'd be like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
You answer the door in that body brace with your arms up, like Proctor when he got that shit in his armpits.
Yeah, you're blowing into a straw to move toward the front door.
Hi, I'm from Golf Digest.
Good God.
Fuck out of here.
Now, weeks later, while working at the golf course, Ryan spotted 3 unmarked police cars in the parking lot and knew that they were for him. So he surrendered, and he was concerned that they might have kicked his parents' door down and raiding the house for him and shit. So he went over and was like, "If you're looking for me, I'll come now." In a holding cell, he encountered a police officer who he knew because the guy was a former junior golf competitor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so the officer looked at Ryan and said, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Yeah, why are you here?
"You're supposed to be a pro golfer, asshole. You were so much better than all of us, dummy. Why are you here?" So he ends up getting, "You, sir, may fuck off." 5-year prison sentence for that.
For beating a man, yeah.
For beating a man.
That's what happens.
Yeah, that's there's an all-on-one thing, and he's involved in it, and that's that. He implicated no one else in the crime, even though there was plenty of other people there.
Wow, he took the whole thing.
Well, yeah, now he can go to prison and hang out with the guys that are in prison in there. I don't like that whole thing, too. I don't like that whole, I don't know. I don't like the whole, I think it's real pussy shit, that whole, you know, the all-on-one shit. I think that's very pussy.
Oh, yeah, when you jump a man and stomp him to death?
I find it very, very... And that's one of the main Hell's Angels rules is all on one. I mean, you fuck with one and everybody attacks you.
Fuck for everybody, yeah.
Which makes that I just find that to be what's the word I'm looking for?
It's an intimidation tactic.
It is.
It's because one-on-one they can't do it.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It's not like you've assembled the greatest team of combatants. You just said if there's 12 of us and we all have chains, we can beat up 2 tough guys.
Yeah, and I don't want to disparage the
I don't care what the fuck people do.
What's the word? I don't want to disparage the community and riding group because there's a lot of people that ride that are actually good people. But the problem with the riding community is that they don't they just welcome everyone.
Yeah. If
you've got a bike, you come along. Those mathematically, you're going to get a piece of shit.
You're going to get a bunch of pieces of shit.
You're going to get some bad friends that way.
You are. Yeah, I don't like that particular thing. It's kind of
it's just chicken shit.
It's kind of chicken shit.
It's just casual ass chicken shit.
But don't care for
that's their credo. I
get it. Yeah, it's fine.
Of protecting your own.
Here's the way I understand it. If it's against other gangs, I get it.
Yeah, if there's a bunch of guys and a bunch of guys, that's called a brawl, and that's, I don't know, man. If you're willing to get in that's crazy, but good for you.
Or even if it's, 12 of you want to beat up 2 guys from some other gang, they're in a gang.
Yeah, they know the rules.
They know what's going on here, and it's all that. But like,
they wore a jacket in here to intimidate people. Somebody's going to do the same to them. They understand it. That's a world they live in.
To go over try to finger somebody's girlfriend and they get mad, so 12 guys stomp the guy. That's
crazy.
Ridiculous to me. You guys are a bunch of pussies at that point. That's what I mean. It's that shit.
That's just land pirates. That's not cool.
Exactly. Yeah. That's not. Then you lose your kind of cool rebel outsider thing. You know, if Robin Hood went and robbed fucking poor people and just kept everything, he wouldn't have been considered cool. You know what I mean?
That's or robbed from poor people and gave it to the rich.
Yeah, that's considered weak and pathetic. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's just like you lose the edge of rebel
beat
coolness.
Beat the shit out of the poor guy.
Yeah, and then at the end was like, "What are you complaining about, bitch?" Yeah.
He's giving it to Bezos.
That's what's going on. So he convinced himself that prison was just the natural evolution of what he was doing.
He's right.
He thought also, he goes, when I get out, this is really going to up my street cred. This is good for me.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Which is wild. He's a big fucking guy. At this point,
away years of your life, man.
Yeah, and he's in the high 200 pounds. He's a big fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's a rough guy.
In his early 20s.
Yeah. He said also he didn't really think about prison in terms of danger because, number one, he's a huge guy. And number two, he's in a fucking biker gang. Yeah. So he's like, everyone's fine. There's plenty of protection
and he's
in there.
here for doing rebels work, which is going to be even more so.
That's right. But he said that on day one of the whole thing, he said it all fucked him up. Just the processing into the prison, that whole thing of the, getting showered down and having someone look in your asshole and all that kind of shit.
The stripping of your rights and shit.
Yeah. And lift your sack and cough also is something that
the humiliation of now, not just lift your sack, now squat. That word alone is crazy. Squat, now cough. And I'm doing so many things that somebody else just told. The humiliation alone is brutal.
That you wouldn't normally do. Yeah.
Never done any of these things.
That's exactly right. So he ended up fucking, hating that part.
Yeah.
He was in Hakea prison, Hakea, Hakea. It's overcrowded and shitty, basically, obviously. The prison opened in June 1982, and it had 248 prisoners at first. And then it operated as a maximum security unit until 2000 when it merged with another unit and became Hakea Prison. The prison manages prisoners in custody to appear in court on remand and those who have just been sentenced. So it's like AAA. Yeah. It's a transfer station. Right. Most newly sentenced prisoners are assessed at the prison before being placed in one of the other prisons. They do pre-sentencing reports to see your danger level, your medical needs, to figure out where you're going to be put. This prison has specialist management units known as punishment units, which have been described by the state regulator as outdated and not fit for purpose.
Horrible.
Yeah, because of the psychological damage they inflict on inmates as well as inability of the guards to monitor the cells. The punishment units do not have showers and deprive inmates of several officially required amenities such as human contact. What we do constantly. They actually consider it bad over there. Yeah. In March 2022, an indigenous man killed himself in one of the punishment cells after his repeated calls for help from the guards were ignored. So that was a recent case of that. In 2016, units 11 and 12 of the facility were converted into a separate facility for women. So now they're connected there. A 2024 inspection conducted by the Australian health inspector concluded that it had one of the worst conditions in the country, this prison. Excessive confinement periods, inadequate access to fresh air, single occupancy cells housing 2 inmates. That's every prison in this country does that. Yeah. Restricted availability of showers and clean attire, infestation of cockroaches and rodents, conditions characterized as cruel, inhuman, or degrading. You could copy and paste that to every time any group has looked at Maricopa County jails.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is. And you can add people getting sick from spider bites they don't care about too.
And sweltering heat that will murk you in your sleep.
Yep. They said the facility has elevated rates of self-harm and suicide among its population. And his first week Ryan approached a corrections officer to request a transfer to another cell. He wasn't aware of the hierarchical deference expected from inmates toward prison staff. You're supposed to kiss their ass in there, I guess. Right. So the guy basically told him to go fuck himself, and Ryan answered in kind. In kind, yeah. Same shit.
In motorcycle kind.
Yep. And he said, quote, "The next day I was in the shower and suddenly I had 20 officers surrounding me. They dragged me to the detention unit with nothing in the cell but a piece of paper and a pen for the prisoner to write an apology note to the guard."
Oh, my God. So naked writing apology notes.
Yep. So some intimidation tactics here.
Yeah.
So they said many prisoners spend their first week in crisis care for suicide prevention, but he entered the general population where, where his bikers were here. Yeah. So the guards marched him into a 16-foot square foot cinder block cell that reeked like shit and, just was a mess. Dinner served through a slot. He called it just a tinfoil shit, something wrapped, and there was some rice in there. And he said, "The tiniest bit of chicken I'd ever seen." And the guard said, "Enjoy it because it's the best meal we've got this week."
Uh-oh.
So that's what's going on
here. It gets worse.
It gets worse. It's going to be worse. Wait till you see what you get tomorrow. So there's a lot here. He's looking at this, and he said it was just looking into the shit mirror that was in his cell, and he was like, "What the fuck did I do to myself here?" He said he just was sitting there thinking, "What the hell have I gotten myself into?" Mm-hmm. For his first year, he refused his mother's visits to the facility as well.
Yeah, don't come see this. Yeah.
No, he didn't want her to be in there. His father was coming either way, though.
Oh.
He said, "I could see the disappointment in his eyes, just wondering how his son went from a golfer to this."
Right.
And he said he committed himself to trying to do something better upon release, he said. He started disciplining himself physically and losing the fucking weight that he had gained.
Yeah.
Started exercising in there. And, he also pursued studies for electrical certification to be an electrician.
Oh, good work.
He's like, when I get out of here, I got to have something to do other than manual labor that's just going to leave me plenty of time for this other bullshit. So he also offered crude golf instruction to fellow inmates in their limited time outdoors. He wrote letters of apology, including one to his old coach, Richie Smith, expressing remorse for fucking everything up and pissing away his talent. He said that his focus was on stacking days together until they became weeks and weeks until they became months and, all that kind of shit. In 2017, 2.5 years into his sentence, the prison televisions broadcast Cameron Smith, who was his partner in one of those tours they did there, winning the Australian PGA Championship. He was like, fuck.
Oh, that should be me.
I was the good one of our duo, too. Yeah. And now he's, fuck. So they said that some of the inmates discovered that was his friend and former teammate, so they broke his balls about his career. When are you going to get out there and golf when you get out? And he said, "Yeah, right. Fucking, I'm going to go out and join the tour."
Right.
He said he'd play socially maybe, but he said, "It's over for me as a pro." Let's be realistic here. Then he gets a unexpected letter containing Richie Smith's name and contact information. That's all it had on it.
Oh.
His old coach.
His old coach, yeah.
He said, "I've made some crappy phone calls in my life, but this was the most nervous I've ever been. He's one of the best coaches in the world, and I'm just some bikie in jail. But as soon as I heard his voice, I was calm. He's the most chilled out person in the world." And then the coach, Richie, says, "I had lost touch with Peake after he left golf and didn't know what happened to him. That's not the person I knew. I called because I was genuinely worried about him. He's a good kid. He just fucked up."
Right.
So they started speaking regularly, and Ryan, started talking about, because they're just talking about their lives. Yeah. And he was talking about that he's learning a trade, so he has something to do when he gets out.
Sure.
And his old coach said, this is what Richie said, quote, "I said, what about giving golf another go? I felt like the guy needed something to look forward to, something where he could be his best self." Mm-hmm. And Ryan said, "Yeah, that's all fine and everything, but I also have the rebels to deal with as well. Yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to really get into all that." So basically, he felt that if he wanted to get out of the rebels, he knew some guys in the upper management here of the rebels.
Okay.
maybe the HR supervisor, traveling secretary, people like that, that you could really count on.
I know somebody that knows a VP.
Yeah, you know how it goes. So he said that he thought maybe he could get backing from them to be able to kind of get out of this gang to go be a golfer. Maybe they'd help him do this because it's not like he's just getting out. There's a reason for it. So, but he knew that there were other people that in the gang that would need to be convinced that they wouldn't be so supportive of him, basically. So he said that basically he's got this coach interested, and he said the guy's such a good coach. So if this guy thinks I can still do it, maybe I can still do it. So I got to try.
Maybe I can.
So he requested a formal meeting with the rebels' leadership inside the prison.
Oh, wow.
And Ryan said, quote, I said, I know this sounds stupid, but this coach teaches some of the top-ranked golfers in the world, and he thinks I can still make it as a professional, and I want to take this path. That's what he said. Yeah. So Ryan said, I was worried because I didn't want them to think I was disloyal, but I felt like I owed it to all the people around me and myself to try. He said that, shockingly, everybody was happy for him. All the motorcycle guys were happy. Yeah, he said he never got so many handshakes and hugs at one time. Everybody said they were proud of him.
Yeah.
And it's weird. He said the fact that he was younger might have helped him out. The fact that they've known him since he was a teenager might have helped him out. The fact that he was involved with golf before he even came with them, all of that.
Well, there may be this other part, and I could be being pretty fucking cruel right now, but it feels like maybe they're thinking that, look, if he does have the talent and he gets in and gets back on tour, that's a guy that we know very well, and they like to move a lot of coke through there.
Hey, we've seen
through those country clubs. Perhaps
we've known cartel guys that have asked comedians to move shit because they go between LA and Phoenix a lot. So I mean, that's a thing. It's
definitely possible that they're like, this is great.
Absolutely, and it's also
Tiger
possible.
Woods blew a 0.000, James.
He was on something though. He's on
That's
pills.
the point.
I think. That's the point. I think allegedly.
Well, I mean, he got a DUI, so he's being accused of DUI at this moment.
Anyone who's had as many surgeries as that guy has.
Yeah. Well, and he just had one.
That's what I'm saying. He's probably
6 months ago. Just had one.
And he's had so many. His knees and back are so fucked up, man.
Just had one.
Yeah, that's not good.
Just had surgery.
But I think you might get somebody out in here because, I mean, even though they're in a motorcycle gang, there are guys who are actual human beings. And
there is that too.
They might take a liking to him and say, we want this guy to fucking go do something.
Do you see what we do? We're all destined for prison. Yeah. You've gotten a taste of what it's like and you hate it. Go back to golf.
There's a reason why they didn't want him trying to be in the gang at first.
Yeah. You're not one of us.
Be happy you're part of the furniture. You don't need this, essentially. Yeah. We needed this. That's why we're here. You don't need this.
That's all we got.
Yeah. So Ryan said it's a tough life being a bikie. It's funny that a bikie would never work here.
No.
That sounds so...
They'd quit tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, bikies. That sounds so like...
Did you guys get your leather in the mail?
Good God. I have an iron in case anyone needs their patches done. You can't be a bikie.
I can sew.
I'm a sewer.
I'll stitch them on.
I'm a sewer. You, sir, are white trash. I'm sorry, but no.
Did you guys get tassels? I got tassels.
I got tassels on mine. I thought it looked more festive, and when we're riding, the wind is going to blow them, and we're going to look just like we're going to...
They call it fringe.
It's going to look like wings, I'm just flying.
I even got them for my handlebars. Look.
Ooh. Different colors. He said, I think they saw an opportunity for one of their own to better themselves. They were all telling me this could be my last chance. Go earn it. Mm-hmm. He maintains a good disciplinary record in prison, and he petitioned for a relocation to a minimum security prison for the final year of his sentence, and it was approved. Yeah. So he would be allowed as much as 12 hours outside the prison under supervision, I guess, per week. So
He's getting kind of furlough, huh?
It's kind of a furlough deal, a minimum. It's like a halfway thing.
Wow.
He could hit balls, he could visit home, and undergo rehabilitation for a shoulder injury as well.
Yeah. Real Epstein deal.
Yeah. Well, they just let him go and not a real Epstein deal. He didn't have to go to fucking prison.
No, he got 13 months of literally 8 hours a day in the jail.
And he wasn't even doing that.
No, he was
After
just
a
taking
while.
off.
They didn't care what he did. Yeah, they let him go. He said, I was up front, let him know what we were facing. This is the coach talking, Richie. He says, making it as a pro is 1,000-to-1 shot, but if you're willing to try it, so am I, is what he told him. So hadn't played for some time before his arrest, so when he accompanied him, the coach accompanies him to the driving range the first week of his release, he hadn't hit a ball in like 6 years.
Wow.
And he said his swing was rusty, but the coach said, his skill was never golf. He was so natural, I knew that would come back.
He'll break it off, yeah.
He said we were more worried about the mental side of things, reintroducing him to competition, because that'll make you crack your brain there. So within the first 3 months of the program, he returned to Lakelands for a club tournament, and he delivered a bogey-free 66 he shot, which is great.
Nice work.
66 is killing it. So
par or under on every hole.
Everything. No bogeys and a 66, which shows his style has matured as well.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy he'll get an eagle once in a while, but he's going to have some bogeys in him if he's taking chances also. It's all right. So he'd have to go back to confinement after, because this was when he was still doing the halfway shit.
Imagine that.
So after he won, he said, enjoy your night, boys. I have to go back to prison, and then left.
You just got beat by a criminal. Bye.
That's it. Bye. So Ryan said, to that point, my only real confidence came from Richie. Like, he's not going to have wasted his time on me if I'm a charity case. He's too busy for that. He could have made a call to make sure I was okay in jail and been done with it. But that 66, it was that first time I thought, hey, maybe I'm not completely lost.
Right.
So
Richie's not running a nonprofit deal. He needs money.
No, this is a profit deal. Yeah. So when he's released from prison in 2019, May of 2019, he returns to Lakelands for work on the greenskeeping staff, because he's got to have a job too. Yeah. The coach brought him around his other students, feeling as though, they could help feel the void of belonging. This is your new gang, a bunch of golf students.
Ha! This kid with the allergies is your new pal.
There he is, this kid with asthma and fucking...
He's allergic to grass, and we have to hit him with EpiPens on the 8th green.
He only plays 9 holes at a time, but he's real good for those 9 holes, let me tell you.
He'll finish his round tomorrow.
He'll finish it. So the coach said he was getting under par pretty easily. My main concern was making sure it was a joy. That's how the burnout started in the first place. The game will come in time. Let's just make sure he's having fun doing it.
Yeah.
So, now he's out, so he doesn't have the rigid structure.
Right.
But he said that he kind of had analysis paralysis a bit.
Tell me what you mean.
And that paralysis of choice, he called it. Like there's just, now he has choices of what he does. Before he knew when he got up he had to do this, then he did that, and it was all dictated to him. But now you wake up and you can do whatever you want. So
and he doesn't like it.
He said, I was freaking out. So much had changed in 5 years. Everyone had a cell phone now in Australia. They had a cell phone
5 years ago there were phones, bud.
In 2014 and 15 as well. What are you talking about? When did cell phone technology come to Australia? Are they just on a different timeline than us?
Yeah. When did it become the majority of society had one?
I mean, because for here it was about 2001. Where was it for you guys?
You guys are 18 years behind us?
What the fuck is happening? What is it, Arkansas or Australia down there? What's going on? So he said everyone had a cell phone now in Australia. I'd get lost because the roads were different. And he knew there was some magical thing that mapped it for him, but it was way ahead of his time. You know what I mean? They didn't have that in 2015 when he went in. How could he possibly know? Jesus Christ. He said, I'd go to the grocery store trying to order food to make a chicken and a salad. There were like 50 different brands, plus range-free, organic. It used to just be a $5 pack. It has not changed that much in 4 years. It hasn't. That's 40 years. If he went in 1989 and got out in 2019, I'd go, okay, I get it. You're absolutely right. That's really weird. It is not. It is 5 years. 4 years.
Where's all the fruit striped gum? Calm down. You'll be all right.
Wow. This is crazy. Oh, man. Oh, geez, look at all this.
Where are the moon pies?
Oh, man, this is wild. What do you mean they don't make Tato skins anymore? This is crazy.
God damn it,
fair.
those were good.
Fuck, were they so good?
How did they go away?
Dude, I tell you, at least once a month, I think of why the fuck can't I have Tato skins anymore? Why can't I have them? They were so good.
So good.
So good. I saw like an ad for them, like one of those old, like, magazine ads in a Facebook page or some Instagram or some shit a couple months ago. And I was like, why?
They're gone.
So bad. The commercial where it was like a potato coming out of the top of the bag with chips stuck in it. God damn it. It was good.
They were amazing. They had different flavors, right? They had
sour cream and
the
chive,
cheddar ones.
They had the cheddar one. I think they had maybe a bacon.
Was there a chili one or some shit like that?
Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah,
doesn't it?
Like with the darker stuff on it. That sounds. I used to eat the shit.
Potato skins were badass. My mom used to get them, bro. She would get like a bag of like shitty grocery store brand, like restaurant style chips and some shitty thin salsa for everybody else. And then she would hoard the potato skins.
Oh,
and then I'd find them and eat them, and I would catch hell because those were mine, is what my mom would say.
She's like, this is the only joy I have in life. Do you understand?
And now as an adult, I want that joy, and I can't have it.
Can't have it. No, I want to hide potato skins for my children, and I can't.
It's not fair.
It's like I get home at the end of the night, I put you fuckers to bed and all this, and I just want to go in my room
and quietly under a pillow so that nobody can hear the crunching. Eat potato skins.
I need the comforter to mask the crunching. Oh, man.
Yeah, they were amazing.
So he said, I'd buy a can of tuna because it was easier. I didn't know how to be a person. There wasn't 45 different kinds of tuna? Albacore.
What's the problem?
Fucking, this one free and this that and this one is oil.
This one's in oil. This one's in water.
Oh, my God. What do I do? He's acting like he was in jail for 40 years. Like he's Damien Eccles or something.
It's not just sardines anymore.
Yeah. If he was like Damien Eccles, I get it. You went to jail in 1993 in Arkansas and you got out and it was 2015. You didn't know what was going on. The world is changed. This is not you, sir. This is wild.
Jarred kippering only.
Oh, man. He said, the only way I explain it is I felt like everyone was a sheep and I was a lion. A weird way to put it. Well, the sheep know how to buy chicken, so I think they got an advantage over you.
That doesn't make any sense. So go eat them then.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Idiot.
Yeah. His mom, Michelle, said Ryan had a much clearer perspective on life and a genuine desire to make better choices. He was grateful to be given a second chance. He then begins a relationship with a woman named Lee. Okay. So he's got that. He progresses in golf from local competitions to mini tour events with his coach observing, he's got great, he kind of looks at him in 6-month intervals which is how I always tell new comedians to do comedy.
Yeah.
Look at yourself every 6 months.
Yeah.
You can't look at every set because you'll hang yourself.
Yeah. And in 2 weeks, don't look at this set.
Nope, doesn't matter.
In 3 weeks, don't look at it.
6 months.
2 months, don't look. 6 months, have a look.
6-month intervals. How am I doing? Am I better? Am I getting better bookings? Am I doing this? Okay, what do I need to do different?
Yeah.
But that's why comedians who start out suck a lot because they don't look at it like that, like a job. They look at it like fucking around and drinking beer with their friends at night.
Well, it's either that or they're like, well, I'm obviously going to be amazing at this. Why aren't I a millionaire? I've been doing this for 7 weeks.
I have headshots and a bunch of videos of me at open mics.
And some videos of me tangled in a mic cord. Why aren't I famous?
Great? I don't get it. Why isn't this getting more hits? Oh, God. So he's doing all this. His technique was unrefined still, but his dedication to practice was intense now, which is what it wasn't before.
Yeah.
The coach was impressed with his psychological resilience also. He said he exhibited no fear of poor performance. Having confronted true darkness in life, a golf tournament loses its intimidation factor.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? 20 guards aren't going to throw you naked in a room and tell you to write down why you didn't golf well, so who cares?
I'd have to write an apology letter to Adams Golf if I did terrible.
Yeah. He acquired a van and rode all around Queensland, competing in every kind of tournament he could while supplementing his income with temporary employment here or there. Wow. By 2023, he secures partial status on the Challenger PGA Tour of Australia before earning full pay privileges for the 24-25 season.
Hey!
Several near victories. are building up his confidence.
Yeah.
Then he's going to go do the New Zealand Open. And the problem is he was in Australian immigration shit here because of his criminal record. They didn't want to let him into New Zealand.
Right.
So he was kind of fucked. He said, I was standing there with my backpack on with a ring on it thinking, well, this isn't going to happen on this trip either. Fuck, I'm screwed here. He said he was finally cleared and he went to the resort and he squeezed in just one practice round before competition began. So that's not good. Then on Friday, he shoots a 64 and puts him in the lead.
Wow.
Yep, which is crazy. So he comes in and just kills it.
Fresh out of prison and he's doing it.
So he takes his girlfriend on a helicopter ride and proposes that night.
Okay.
So he's ready to get married, which he probably should wait a while, I think.
Give it a minute.
It's just me.
Wait 6 months.
Yeah, I would take this like if you were in some sort of addiction program. I'd go, don't do shit for a year.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah. See if you can keep a plant alive for a while.
Exactly. Like not just don't propose, don't have a girlfriend for a year. Let's do this in chunks. Mm-hmm. So Lee had to go home early, his girlfriend. So he called her and he said, I might have had to spend a little bit more money on the ring, is when he proposed her. He said he was grateful that he proposed before he won the tournament because then he would have had to get a better ring, he said. Yeah. So he said he harbors no illusions about the New Zealand Open being some big giant, world-beating thing. He said, but, he did it. So it made him feel good. He said, I haven't broken many eggs since the victory. I don't know what that means. Hasn't made a lot of omelets, I guess. I don't know.
Made a lot of mistakes.
Well, he doesn't know which eggs to buy is the problem. He's like, now they got brown ones, white ones, large, extra large.
Parmesan, James.
Grade double A, grade A. I don't know what's better.
Yeah, extra large. How much egg do I need?
Brown? Are these what do they look like inside?
Why are these blue?
I don't understand this at all.
I bought those recently.
Oh yeah,
the blue ones. It's so weird. I didn't know they were going to be blue, but I bought them on accident. I just, I realized just recently now too that I haven't opened eggs to make sure that they were all intact. No, I haven't done that in years. I just grab a box and put it in the thing, and if they're broken, they're broken.
They're broken, you're like, shit. Wow, that's crazy.
But the blue ones have incredibly yellow yolks, and I didn't know that either. I guess because you don't open them before you hide them. So, but I cracked those into a pan, and they were like, I thought, I don't know, I can't eat eggs. It's just for my kids. But I was very impressed with what they looked like. They looked amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't know what they taste like. I guess
no, they looked incredible.
They look cool. Ryan says, deep down, my biggest worry was running out of time. I started to know I was good enough to do it. I just didn't know if I'd get the chances to prove it. So, because he's getting almost 30 years old here at this point now. So he said that he knows he has a previous kind of trajectory into self-destruction. He's the guy to do that.
Sure.
So he understands that all of his fuck-ups are from him. Mm-hmm. He said he can't fix what he did, and that's one thing he had to realize was he can't fix what he did. He only has to move on and go to the future. He said, I get why people reach out that are struggling in life now, but to be honest, it's not really something that I can help them with. I've still got my own struggles. It's cool to see I can give other people hope, but at this moment, I'm still trying to find my feet and get myself back out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so Ryan here, his father Mel said, Ryan deserves to be seen for the person he is today, dedicated, resilient, and ready to make a meaningful impact in the golf world. So his coach said he still hasn't come around to the idea that he is one of the boys. He doesn't realize he's such a good bloke that everyone will want to be around him. He still thinks everyone looks at him like a convict, basically. Yeah. Which is, I could totally understand that you would feel like that especially
New Zealand looks at him. Yeah,
especially in country clubs and golf circles. It's not like one thing if you were going back to work on the construction site. Half those guys just got out of the joint too. Nobody cares,
or they're on their way in and they know it and they got warrants.
Yeah, absolutely. I got warrants. Ryan said that if this is where it ends, meaning the New Zealand Open. If this is where it ends, I'll merely be remembered as the former outlaw biker who completed at Portrush, competed there. So that's what he knows. By the way, a little bit more about that prison inspection from May of 2024 that we were talking about.
Yeah.
It reads, it's very American of them. Prison.
With all the bad things happening in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said, our ongoing monitoring suggests that, with few exceptions, conditions have not improved significantly. Over the past 8 months, the reported average time out of cell for prisoners has fluctuated between 5.5 and 6 hours a day, which is only a marginal improvement since our last inspection. Instances of threatened or attempted suicide or self-harm continue at high levels. There's also been 2 recorded deaths in custody at Hakia over the past 8 months. There has been limited, if any, access to programs, education, or outdoor recreation. Just sounds like Louisiana State Prison.
Yeah, it's nothing good. It's just everything that you expect from
shitty.
Of a labor farm prison.
Yes, of a shitty American prison that used to, rent out their prisoners to plantations.
To till the fields, right?
That's what I mean. Yeah. Meaningful employment opportunities are limited to essential services such as kitchen and laundry, with other employment options regularly reduced or canceled. About approximately 50% of scheduled visit sessions are canceled or reduced. Wow. They said also there's staffing levels that are way down and need to be better. And so they say all this shows the situation remains critical. Continued and renewed efforts toward improvement are essential to ensure meaningful and sustained progress. It's basically a fucking mess in there.
Yeah.
Living conditions were inhumane and failed to meet basic guidelines. Unhygienic cells that attracted pests and failed to meet basic requirements. Frequent and prolonged lockdowns, management of the prison's telephone system, significantly impacting prisoners' ability to maintain contact with the outside world.
Oh, boy.
Gee, do they have some company charging $6 a fucking minute like our prisons do? Because if it's not that, you guys got it easier. Because our prisons are a fucking racket for that shit.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous what they charge these fucking people for phone calls. That's asinine.
And then laws get
you're
passed.
being punished and all that. You got to be able to talk to people on the outside. That's
you got to be able to
crazy.
talk to your lawyer. You got to talk to your family. That's got to be something they're allowed to do.
You have children. You have a wife. You have a fucking mother. You have elderly people. You got to be able to talk to people. That's just that's
people
not even,
die, and just because somebody broke the law doesn't mean they don't get to talk to somebody that is sick. For Christ's sake,
that's ridiculous. Oh, you sold drugs, so you don't get to talk to your dying mother.
Maybe you should have thought about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Before you drunk and drive and hit that 3-year-old.
That's ridiculous. I really do hate that part of it. It shouldn't be the point of it is it shouldn't be a profitable thing for someone else. You're profiting off fucking misery.
And then you got that part where they pass laws to see who's allowed to, what businesses they're allowed to funnel the money to, and who benefits from those businesses. It's so gross. It's so disgusting. It's so corrupt.
Fucking ridiculous. February 21st, 2025. Here's an article. The headline is Former Rebels gang member Ryan Peake, now a rising star on the PGA Tour of Australia.
Wonderful.
Australasia, actually. Australasia.
Australia and Asia.
I guess Australia is probably too small to have its own. You got to mix it with Asia, too, probably.
PGA tournament?
Yeah, it's too. Well, I mean, just a whole circuit in that. There's not that many people in Australia to do that.
I don't know if it's that there's not enough people, but there's certainly enough territories, right? Because you got the west side versus the east side. All the way down the coast. It seems like it's a pretty big fucking island, isn't it?
It's big, but there's nothing on 80% of it, though.
Right. Yeah, everybody's at the coast, but feels like those coasts are so vast, and where I don't even know what they're called. Wards? What are they called?
Well, I just mean population-wise. To have tournaments, you can only draw so many people, and you would have to make that a profitable endeavor. I think you'd have to.
You think it's a profit deal?
It's a profit deal. Okay. So they say he wants people to be aware of his dark past as he charts an unlikely journey from prison to the top of the PGA Tour.
Nice.
West Australian Peake is currently on the edge of the top 20 for the PGA Tour of Australasia. Order of merit, his first full year on the tour and his comeback here. Former Rebels bikie group. Peake was imprisoned shortly after his 21st birthday for a serious assault. He said, I was young and stupid. When I first went to jail, my mom said to me, I'm glad you're in jail because I know where you are at nighttime. I was somewhat safe. So he gives all the credit in the world to his coach, who told him that he could do it. And he said, obviously, there's a lot of people that don't agree with my story, but a lot know how I've come back and dealt with it. I brought all that stuff upon myself. I never felt sorry for myself. I'm only getting started with the repercussions of my past now. I'm starting to travel internationally, and I want to play on overseas tours, but I just want people to take a lesson from it and avoid it.
It's an interesting way he phrased that.
Yeah.
Disagree with my story or disagree with my choices, sir?
Nobody
disagrees with your story. We believe it's factual.
We definitely do. Yeah. So March 3rd, 2025, he wins the $1.8 million New Zealand Open.
What?
I don't know if that's for everybody or if that's the total prize money, like for, the first 10 places get it and people, or if that's for one person.
Total money raised, spent, and ticket sales. And
That's gross. That's gross. So they say the 31-year-old was cool as ice to nail a 10-foot putt for a maiden professional victory. If he had two putted, it would have forced a 4-man playoff. So he fucking ended it with a clutch 10-foot putt.
Wow.
Yep. He also held a solo lead entering the final round and got a -5 on 66 on Sunday to finish the tournament with 23 under. Wow. One shot clear of the three golfers at 22 under.
Jesus Christ, that's impressive.
That's a lot of good golf. He said, they asked him how he felt, and he said, relief. I'm lost for words for the moment. It's life-changing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said, I always knew I could do it. It was just a matter of time. He said, my family, my team, everyone believed. I just want to be here and play golf. This story is what it is, but I'm just out here playing golf. Yeah, he's very, 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 very happy with this. Yeah. And so he's excited. He said that I just go out there tomorrow and just stick with what I'm doing. Don't try and chase anyone down and just do a good job of what I'm doing. And the byproduct of that will be a win if I do a good job.
Right.
And he got a win, so he was very excited about it. He said, I've changed my life. This is what I do. I want to be here and just play golf. My story is what it is, but I'm just out here playing golf. It's like, I'm just out here playing golf. Yeah. He secured the 360,000 New Zealand dollars. So I don't even know what that would be. Kiwi bucks that you get for, what is that worth? I'm not sure what that's worth.
It's a couple starfish.
I don't know. We're not sure. Yeah. He said it's life-changing. This morning I woke up 4 shots behind. Now I'm a member of the Asian Tour, an Australasian Tour winner, the second on the Australasian Order of Merit, and chasing down a European Tour card. A lot has changed.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, a lot has changed. He talks a little bit about his past here, too. And he said he always has refused to reveal who else was involved because he was the only one charged with a crime that day.
Is that right?
He said one of the guys had a baseball bat, and he said the guy had been warned. He had been making threats toward us, so that's what he gets. He said, quote, he was doing some bad things, and we had knowledge of that, and then he made some pretty heinous threats toward us as well. So we just went to deal with it, and honestly, it wasn't meant to happen like that. We were genuinely just going there for a chat. He was probably going to get a couple of punches along the way, and it would have been left at that. He said, that sounds harsh, but you got to speak the language, like he said before. Yeah. He said it just happened to be that the threats that he made toward us were true, and he was armed, so it escalated from there. That's it. I'm not saying it's right that I've gone and beat someone up, but I haven't gone and beat up your dad. Like,
well,
not
somebody's dad, maybe.
Yeah, but your dad's not involved in biker gangs, is he? Is what he's saying, I think. Yeah. I didn't just go beat up some random guy at the grocery store.
Yeah.
When I could have just asked him which chicken to buy. But he said his was the first kick. And he said that was why, he knew he was fucking fucked. And he said jail was bad, real bad. Strip naked, take a shower in front of the guards, then you're crammed into a tiny box with 2 other guys. When they turned the light out that first night, I thought to myself, what the hell did you get yourself into? But if you don't like the accommodation, don't make the reservation, he says.
Somebody in prison said that to him.
Oh, absolutely. Either that or somebody on a golf tour about a shitty hotel.
A guard 100% said that to him in the
accommodation,
joint.
Don't make the reservation. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. He said, look, I've done something bad. I owned it, and I've tried to move on. I've turned my life around, but I don't want to be looked at as some kind of role model or superhero. I just want to, don't worry, no one is listening.
Take it easy, Charles Barkley.
Calm down. You're not a role model. I just want to look to the future rather than the past, but I don't hide away from my past. It happened, and the best thing I can do is be honest about it. If people want to know what happened, I try to give them an insight into what my life was like back then. So he said that helps a lot. His coach said, he's a good kid and he just fucked up.
Well,
that's that.
Yeah.
He said that he's got a bunch of tattoos and he's got a lot of muscles and all that kind of thing. So that helps him out a lot. Not the tattoos on the drive, but the muscles help him out. Yeah. The tats don't add anything to your drive, unfortunately.
They add zero.
Zero. So he said that I guess flying to Northern Ireland and joining his pals at another event didn't have any problem for him because he has a British passport.
Okay. Yeah, because he's dual citizenship, right?
Yeah. He said, I've got that passport because my dad was born in England and his family moved to Australia when he was about 3. I don't know which part of England, but he's still got family there. And my parents have been catching up with some aunts and uncles and whatnot before they fly from London over here. He said, my record does cause some problems and we have to jump through a few more hoops than most people when it comes to getting visas. My manager is 3 for 3 so far, so hopefully he'll keep up that strike rate. Because because I'm in the open, it doesn't mean I feel like I've made it now. He said, I'm not there yet, not where I want to be. My first goal this week is to make the cut, play my game, and see where it takes me.
His humility is perfect. I like it.
Exactly. I think he's going one day at a time. He's one of those guys. I think he's got the exact right attitude.
Yeah, I like this.
Listen.
Kid. Yeah.
I fucked up. Yeah, everybody fucks up, and especially when you're a teenager, you hang out with fucking shitty people. I've done tons of shit that I could have gone to prison for.
Oh, my.
I could name you some shit right now that was years in prison I could get. Not even drug shit, other shit.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not talking about anything because there's
I'm not either.
Statutes that aren't done yet.
Yeah, it's not good. So there's some stuff that are bad. So I'm not disparaging anybody for doing some dumb shit when they're young, especially if it's not something you didn't rape a lady, you didn't shit like that. That you can go fuck yourself. That's a character flaw.
A gangster beats up another gangster. I don't know if I care that much.
I don't give a shit about that. I don't care at all. Like, I would tell the guy who's hurt, why the fuck were you threatening other biker gangs, you dipshit?
Why are you in a biker gang?
Yeah. You're threatening biker gangs. You know what happens to people who threaten biker gangs? This, you dummy. You'll end up on the floor.
You got it, man. You've earned it.
Oh, man. He's doing well. He's doing great at this point. And he said he was just... he talks about the biker gang saying I was just normalized to it. It wasn't abnormal from where I was from to hang out with that sort of scene with my friends.
Yes, it was. What are you talking about?
That's the thing. He could have stayed at the country club the whole time. He didn't have to fucking do this.
This is incredibly abnormal. It's not where you're from. Nobody thinks a country club kid should be in a biker's hangout.
No kids I know that were into street shit also had country club memberships and good golf games and a low handicap. Like nobody that I know had that. They had nothing. That's why they were there.
Just assume that he's nuts.
That's it. So he said, I didn't profit from being a bikie. I enjoyed the lifestyle while I was living it, but it wasn't going to get me ahead in life. It was just always going to fall further and further behind and probably lead to more jail.
Yeah.
So he said, life's hard. Seems like nothing ever goes right. When things do start to go right, there's always something that's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
That's his quote. So can't get enough of Ryan.
My God.
He's out there.
I hope he's doing well, and I hope he never does anything bad again.
He only has like 15,000 Instagram followers.
Is that right? He's about to get 15,001.
Maybe. And, there's all that. You can check him out on the tour. I mean, he's golfing all throughout Europe. I mean, he's around. And Australia and everything else. There's a few other, not nearly as bad as I feel for. There's a couple other mistaken identities here. We didn't get a chance to do that part. But there's a Ryan Peake, who's a Canadian musician, rhythm guitarist, keyboardist, and backing vocalist for Nickelback. Jesus
That's not
Christ.
this guy? Are you sure?
Yes, I swear. Not this guy. And a Ryan Peake ops strategy and implementation consultant at Southwest Airlines.
Uh-huh.
Your strategy should be a better fucking airline, you assholes. Fuck you, Southwest.
Yeah, figure it out.
Also, Ryan Peake, an infusion nurse at OptiMed Health Partners in Kalamazoo.
Oh, nice.
Definitely not Australia.
That's a hero right there.
Yeah. Okay, so we will leave it at that. Here, actually, let's do the quick update here.
Oh.
Very quick update on one of a crime and sports alumni here.
Oh, he's doing well?
No, he is dead.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, the opposite of somebody doing well.
I did see
Barrett
this.
Robbins has passed away. We did an episode about him years ago. It was like 2018, something like that. He is the guy
before the Super Bowl.
Disappeared before the Super Bowl, had a lot of criminal problems and everything else, and he died at 52.
CTE certainly played a part in that, right? It's got
They said no cause of death immediately known. He's had mental problems for years. He had told ESPN, this was the biggest game of my life, everything I had worked for as a child, a young man, and a collegiate athlete to the pros, and it was unbelievable to me, and he disappeared. So he said he would have manic episodes for weeks at a time.
That was when the Buccaneers beat the living shit out of them?
Yeah. It was mainly, part of it is they didn't have their goddamn starting center. I mean, they wouldn't have won anyway, but against that defense, you would have really helped to have your starting center playing. That would help a lot. That's the captain of the offensive line. He's telling people where to go, and kind of need him.
Did you also see that Delonte West is 100 days sober now?
I did.
Yeah.
He's gone through a few of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had clean shoes on. That was positive.
I don't want to say it because I root for the guy, but let's be realistic here.
Yeah. How many times can you root on him? Yeah.
It's the same thing. And they said, look at it in 6-month intervals. They'll tell me about 100 days. I don't give a fuck about 100 days. Tell me about 3 years. Yeah. Tell me about 3 years sober and 3 years with clean shoes on, and then we'll talk about it. I feel bad for that guy, too. I really do. He's a decent guy. It sucks. He seems like a nice guy. So.
His life has just imploded, all self-done.
Yep, that's it. Now, Robin's wife, Marissa, told Rich Gannon that Barrett passed away peacefully in his sleep.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, or maybe she Corey Richarded him. We don't know. Allegedly. Oh, that was a joke, by the way.
Corey really did it. This lady's not alleged at all.
Tim Brown, remember Tim Brown?
Yeah, the wide
Heisman
receiver.
Trophy winning Notre Dame player and great punt and kick returner and wide receiver for the Raiders. He said, please pray for their girls, his family, and tons of teammates who will be affected by this. It's unfortunate that his life was never the same after he was not allowed to play in the Super Bowl. Rest peacefully, BR. You deserve it.
Wait, hold. What? Did Tim just tell us something we didn't know? He was allowed, wasn't he?
No. He disappeared, and then I think if I remember correctly, they told him that you're not coming back because he was all spaced out.
Oh,
so
I thought he disappeared before the. Oh no, I'm thinking of the guy from the Browns. Never mind.
The Bengals. You mean Stanley Wilson? Yeah. Stanley Wilson. He didn't jump out a window to go on a crack binge.
No.
He went down to Mexico and then he came back, but it was like, where were you for 2 weeks? Like he just disappeared.
Having a great time. Yeah,
having a blast. So. There you go. That's Ryan Peake, and unfortunately, Barrett Robbins as well. Very sad. But we had one happy story, one happy ending story of goodness.
I'm knocking shit down so that I can get this list real quick. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. You could have waited till we went to the
it's all right.
actual thing, and we would have been.
I'm trying.
We would have had a part to cut out, and that would have been easy. We've only been doing this for 10 years, Jimmy.
We could do this professionally, or I could just,
get out, just knock some shit down in the middle of us talking. Yeah. We've only made 1,200 podcasts, 1,400 podcast episodes.
And I'm doing James a favor this time. He's not editing shit.
I still have to do it. Yeah, we still have to take our pause. Absolutely. There's some sausage being made right there. Look at this guy.
It's gross, isn't it, guys?
Isn't it nasty in there? That's why people don't show you how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
So, we've had a sad story with Barrett Robbins and a redemptive story. Good for Ryan. I hope Ryan does well.
For him. Yeah.
I hope he does great, Ryan Peake. Yeah. I hope he does a great time. I hope he fulfills his potential and has a nice life. I really do. Good for him. He's turned it around. So,
and he may not think that he's an inspiration, but I'll bet you I go to a driving range this week and remind myself how fucking terrible at golf I am.
Yeah, you should.
Thank you, Ryan.
Try bowling instead. It's a little more less ambitious.
That hurts.
And indoors. And that's for me too. That's what I'm
that
going. Golf
hurts
is too much.
So bad.
Your thighs.
Yeah, I can golf all day. No pain.
Thighs hurt from bowling stopping short at the line.
Kills me.
Yeah. I'm trying to get. We're gonna try to bowl a little bit more lately. I'm gonna get into this. I need something to do.
I'm going to humiliate myself every day with this golf thing.
Not golf. It's too much. It's too much. It depends on the weather.
Emotionally, it hurts.
And emotionally. I don't have the emotional
I just go at night to the driving range, and that's enough for me to go, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to go play 18 holes
humiliating enough for
shit.
you?
Yeah. I drive balls out there. They don't go where I want them to go, and I go, this is why I don't do this.
This sucks.
Why am I doing
anyway,
this?
If you like all this, if you like the show, if you like what we're doing and telling stories that we're telling, please get on whatever app you're on. Give us 5 stars. It helps so much. I'm telling you right now. It just helps drive us up the charts. Yeah. We don't know why that helps, but it really does. So
it does.
Thank you for doing that. Tell your friends. Follow on social media at Crime and Sports. Listen to our other shows. Listen to Your Stupid Opinions. Listen to Small Town Murder. Matter of fact, you can watch Small Town Murder on Netflix if you want to. Also, we're everywhere. You can't keep us away from you. You can stream us right into your house. So do that and hang out with us all the time. For sure, do that. You want tickets? Shut Up and Give Me Murder's a place. You get tickets for live shows for Small Town Murder. Our next live show with tickets available is May 2nd in Denver and Royal Oak, Michigan on May 30th. So you can get those tickets. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com. You can get, merchandise and coffee cups and skateboards and shower curtains and whatever the fuck you want. Do that. Then you can get Patreon.
Hell yeah.
That's the best thing you could do, both for us and for yourself, quite honestly. You definitely want Patreon. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get so much stuff that we put out. You get, first of all, everything we put out, Crime and Sports, Small Town Murder. As soon as you subscribe, you get hundreds of back bonus episodes that you have not heard before if you haven't been a patron. You're going to get those. You can binge those out, and then you get new ones every other week, one Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get all of that. You just take it. This week, what we're going to talk about for Crime and Sports, we're going back in time and doing some old-timey ads. And old-timey articles of, like, weird deaths and murders and crazy weird shit that goes on. It's a lot of fun. Can't wait to do that. Those are, like, our favorite episodes to do. So those are fun. Then for Small Town Murder, we're going to tell a crazy-ass story that just wrapped up. She hasn't even been sentenced yet. Corey Ritchie, just convicted of poisoning her husband to death. Richins. Did I say Ritchie? Yes, Corey Richins. I watched the entire fucking trial and said Corey Ritchie. I've been saying it since I started watching the trial. I don't know why Richins does not stick in my brain. So this is a woman that poisoned her husband. I don't even have to say allegedly anymore. She poisoned her husband and then wrote a goddamn book about grief for her children based on her husband like having wings and being an angel and all this shit. It's wild stuff. She also thought she was like an HGTV house flipper, and she absolutely wasn't.
Not good at it.
So we'll talk about all that and more. That is patreon.com/crimeinsports. And on top of all of that, you also get every damn show we put out ad-free as well. And on top of that, you also get a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. And I know it's ready because you got it ready. Jimmie, hit me with the names of the best fucking people in the world who would never, ever, ever bring their biker gang over to beat us up in our own garage. Jimmie, hit me with them right goddamn now.
This week's executive producers are Corporal Carl. Goddamn it. Corporal Carl Kirshner. The man put down his cat, and I can't even say his name. Poor bastard.
Sorry about that. That's
so sad. Sorry, Corporal Carl. Hope you're on the upside of things. He
Those
put
are
down
all
his
C's,
cat.
by the way.
What is it?
Those are C's, by the way, in there.
Yes.
2 C's and a K. It's not.
Oh, one
not,
K.
Not,
Yeah.
Kirshner is K. Yeah. It's okay.
His cat evidently loved catnip like you love weed. That's what I'm told.
Terrific.
That's a lot of catnip.
That's a lot. He's putting it down.
It's a big bar card. Peyton Meadows, Gary Howard, Pussifer in Cleveland, Texas. Happy Hour in New Caney, Texas. They're both in Texas this week. Watch out for each other. Goddamn.
Jesus, gonna run
honk
into
as you pass each other. Honk, honk. Right?
Yeah, really.
As you're driving down the road, Gary, just pump your fist at every trucker and hopefully Happy Hour says hello.
Maybe you'll hit the right one. We don't know.
Andrew Frisch and his dog Crypto, Siobhan Kalman, and Larry Butterfast. Thank you guys all so much.
Thanks, Larry. Good to see you too, Larry in Phoenix.
Oh, Larry, so good to see you.
Thank you, brother. Definitely.
Such a good guy. What a big fucking... That big fucker hug's great. Jesus.
Yeah, he does. He'll hurt your neck. It's good. I like it.
Yeah. Other producers this week: Panthea Renee Nicole Zerdetsky.
Oh.
Happy Hour just wanted me to say that name. For whatever reason, he enjoys that. Ryan Bender, Janice Hill, Lauren Mercurio, Natalie Legrand, Charles Holtzclaw, Bean with no last name, Caleb Sweet, Lauren Landon, Kenny from Iowa, Mara Tanner, Courtney Kreckelberg, Sensical with no last name, Kevin with no last name, Ash Kent, Lyle with no last name, Josh Cabau, Lindsay Huta, Mark Twain, I doubt it, Kelly Goodman, Annika, Damian Hrunka, James with no last name, Josh Covington, Zach with no last name, Nick Johnson, Ashley Cross, Amanda Falk, Danny Lockwood, Astute Fruit, Skip with no last name, Danielle Lockwood, Heather Jimison, SD like San Diego, Stacy Birdwin, Cody with no last name, Christy Gardner, Erica Klein, Mackenzie Dixon, Caroline Birch. Or Caroline, right? Is it Caroline, or have we agreed on that?
It could go either way on that one. It could be Caroline or Carolyn, depending on who you...
All right, I just want to make sure.
Mostly Carolyn is with a Y, but sometimes...
See? Two N's and an E? I don't know. This is just Caroline, like North.
I think so.
Or Sweet. Brandon Brown, Gary Landry, Andrea Soup, Harley Marshall, Brian Pearson, Kim Murray, Kate Arango, Leah Ownby, what is this? Clifford Walraven. Walraven? It's like Walgreens, but also Raven.
Yeah. Walravens. Come on down. There's sales.
I'm trying to look to see if that's an I or an L. I'm going to have to start using bigger font. That's embarrassing to say out loud. Rachel Marks, Jackie Pasco.
You got so close to the screen, guys. Like mouth open, like, what's going on?
I got real close, and it looks exactly the same as back here.
Put his glasses up and down, did one of those, like a Mr. Magoo.
What the fuck is happening here? Chris Patterson, Dustin Brown. Was this one of those visual, what do they call those?
I don't know.
When things look different, but they're not.
Optical illusion.
Bingo.
There you go.
We'd be so good on that pyramid. Isis Jackson, Chris Patterson, Dustin Brown, Kevin Newberry, Travis with no last name, Dale Nagy. Nagy. What was the pitcher's name? Was it Nagy or Nagy?
Charles Nagy.
Nagy. So it's Dale Nagy. Moxley with no last name, Ashley with no last name, Amanda Kraft, Alex with no last name, Michael Gruber, Jeanette Gallagher, Snana. What is a Snana? No last name. I don't know if it's a first or last name.
Sneaky
Julia
Nana.
Schreiner. David Fox, Scott Johnson, Adam White, Candace Flower, Michael M., Shaden Milne Sparks, Vanessa Meyer, Colo Doc. I imagine that's a colodoc, like a colorectal doc.
Oh, boy.
We got to go get our asses checked, by the way. Corey Samus. You're doing it. Seth with no last name. Kat with no last name. Kelly Hipwell. Janice Lamont. Michelle Schmale. Mark Rouse. Alexis Stanky. All right. John with no last name. Rachel Lindsay. Rachel with no last name. Possibly somebody with two patrons. Thank you, Lindsay. Rachel Lindsay, if you meant to do that.
Thank you.
Otherwise, check and make sure that you only have one. Ben Schimmel, Nicole Royer, Sarah Jackson, Americus with no last name, Terrence Matthews, Kim Garretts, Sherry Lynn, Ben Whittle, Constance Adams. Did I say? Nope, sure didn't. Kylie with no last name, Lindsay with no last name, Sherry with no last name, Ash Oss 31, Sam Setterston, Steph Saline. I wonder if she's related to the people who do the saline cobras and shit. Are you related to them? Do we have saline money now? Noah Gascon, C. Rag, that's gross. Max Huisman, Huis Huisman, that's fascinating. Casey Mihalik, Mark Chandler, Rebecca Jones, Beth Hudson, Kevin Schlemmerhorn, April Rose, Archangel Otaku, Emmanuel Alexander, Cody Austin, Bradley Camano, Rhonda Anderson, Brandon Loveday, India, Russell, Ronald Pashen, Grace Somerville, Just Bree, Machiavelli and Cheese, fascinating. Big Wally, Rochelle with no last name, Cynthia Berry, and all of our patrons. You're the fucking best.
Thank you, everybody, you fucking wild crazy, fantastic, amazing bastards. We appreciate everything you do for us, and we always have, and we always will. So thanks for everything you do for us. Keep coming back and hanging out with us. Listen to our other shows.
Oh, yeah.
Want to find us? You can do it real easy. Shutupandgivememurder.com is drop-down menus that take you literally anywhere you want to go, even if it has nothing to do with us. It'll take you there. You want to go to...
Just
they'll get on board. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. Keep coming back week after week and live from the Crime and Sports Studios. We will see you next week.
Bye.